The situation in Afghanistan has been deteriorating since the Taliban conquered the war-torn nation on August 15. Thousands of people are struggling to leave the country to avoid the Taliban terror. Several countries, including the United States, have begun airlifting their officials and Afghan civilians. Amid the chaos, 2 armed men at the airport were killed by the US soldiers. According to Western security officials, the evacuation process went on smoothly for the past 2 days. However, the officials added that the Taliban fighters deployed around the airport are reportedly not permitting the Afghans to enter the aircraft without documents. Data from flight tracking service Flight Radar 24 exhibits some military flights flying out of Kabul on August 16th and 17th. However, most flights are not traced by the tracking service. Maxar Technologies recently shared satellite images from airport in Kabul. The images showed the desperation of Afghan nationals to flee their country. The Hamid Karzai International Airport operates as a military base and functions as a commercial operation in Afghanistan. Multiple aircraft were flooded with desperate people who wanted to escape the Taliban regime. According to data from Flight Radar 24, around 21 international flights departed from Kabul to Georgia, India, Iran, Pakistan, Qatar, Turkey, UAE and Uzbekistan. Turkish Airways was the last flight to depart from Kabul on August 16 before Afghan airspace was closed. Many Afghans fled to the Middle East and other parts of Asia after the Taliban began to close in on the Kabul city. As per media reports, hundreds of Afghan refugees are expected to settle across Texas in the coming weeks. On the other hand, Canada announced that it would continue to implement the special immigration program for Afghans who contributed to Canada's efforts in the country. France, Germany, Spain, Poland and Czech Republic have successfully evacuated some of their citizens and Afghans from the Kabul airport. A woman on a German evacuation plane spoke about her ordeal in Afghanistan.
We had to force our way through and my little son fell over and we were scared, but we made it. Then an American guy showed us goodwill and realized we were totally exhausted. He took the passports and said, I need to check if this is authentic. Then he said, all good, you may go in. Others behind us cried and lay on the ground. It was scary.
Afghanistan's mighty fall to the Taliban came about after a nearly 20 years war that began in October 2001. As the United States withdrew its military forces, the Taliban started to establish its dominance in the region. Taliban captured at least 17 provincial capitals within 10 days, including Kabul on August 15th. Meanwhile, thousands of US troops have flown to Kabul to secure the airport and ensure the evacuation of American diplomats and Afghan civilians who helped the US government. After their quick seizure of Kabul, however, the Taliban announced that they wanted to establish peaceful relations with other countries and they would respect the rights of women in Afghanistan within the framework of Islamic law.